Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Monty Jake and this video consists of days 17 and 20 of Autism Acceptance Month. The prompt for day 17 is, do you prefer fiction, nonfiction, or a mix of both for entertainment? I'd say I lean more towards fiction. A lot of the special interests I've had over the years have been some kind of fiction. Whether it's a cartoon, TV show, movie, video game, book, it's always really nice to get lost in the fictional world. When it comes to nonfiction, something I'm really into is history, especially ancient history. I've had special interests in topics such as ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Rome. So just generally, I prefer fictional content unless it has something to do with history. For day 18, the prompt is, do you have any pets? If not, do you want any in the future? Why or why not? Yes, I have pets. In fact, my family has pretty much always had at least one or two pets. Currently, I have a dog named Bella and two cats, one named Logan and one named Jax. For the 19th, the prompt is, how do you feel about self-diagnosis? I'm going to keep this short as I don't have a lot to say on this topic. As I've said before, I was diagnosed at a young age, so I didn't have the experience of self-diagnosing that other people sometimes have. But yeah, I support it. It can be really hard to get a diagnosis at times and can even be expensive. The final prompt for today is, what are your thoughts on terminology? For example, high functioning and low functioning versus high support needs and low support needs, non-speaking versus non-verbal, or person first versus identity first, etc. I know I've answered some of these before, probably in one of last year's prompts. But anyway, I fully support any autistic person who believes differently, but a lot of my opinions on these tends to align with the general opinion of the overall artistic community. I don't really like high functioning and low functioning as a label. It's just too simplistic and inaccurate. I do think the idea of support levels is a bit better, but I don't really use it myself. For stuff like nonverbal, it's not something that really applies to me, so I don't really feel right getting involved in what terms to use for it. And as I've said in a previous video, I, like a lot of other autistic people, prefer identity first language over person first. So like, for example, I am an autistic person rather than I am a person with autism. The reason behind person first is stuff like, you shouldn't let your autism define you and like separate the person from their autism. But that's just the thing. You can't separate a person from autism. Being autistic makes up so much of who I am to the point that if you could somehow magically take it away, I would be a completely different person. And autism, despite what certain groups would want you to believe, isn't this awful thing that is undesirable to have. There's nothing wrong with being autistic, and I don't need to separate myself from it. And sorry to anyone who prefers person with autism, but it sounds so much more cumbersome and silly. Like, hi, I'm person, and this here's my roommate autism. That's what it sounds like. And that's it for today. I'll see you all in a couple days for the next few prompts. Until then, goodbye.